a commander-in-chief who is truly in command. He has brought America back. It is peace through strength, and he exerts that strength in every way he can to help advance the agenda and advance the best interests of the American people. And that's certainly extended to what happened in the Congress. I mean, he was directly engaged, involved. He knows the issues. He called me multiple times through the process over the last several days and said, put me on the phone with anybody you need. He also brought in small groups of members, that conga line, to the White House and visited with them, and that was very effective. So he's one of the greatest advocates, and it's been a great partnership to work. And it's what a unique thing, and what a special thing it is to have unified government, where you have Republicans in charge of the White House, the Senate, and the House. We're using it effectively, and we're going to deliver for the American people, Raymond.
This one big, beautiful bill will implement President Trump's Make America Great Again agenda by delivering the largest tax cut in American history for middle-class families, the working class, and small businesses.
On this vote, the yeas are 218, the nays are 214. The motion is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
This is a once-in-a-generation piece of legislation that secures our border, unleashes American energy, allows families to keep more of their hard-earned taxpayer dollars in their pockets, cuts waste, fraud, and abuse in government programs like SNAP and Medicaid, modernizes our air traffic control system, strengthens our national defense, and so much more.
We're off to the United States now. Donald Trump, he's about to move, but he's speaking. This following the success of his big, beautiful bill. Let's listen in.
And perhaps a lot of you are going with us. How are you? And we have a very big crowd, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're sort of celebrating like the biggest bill of its kind ever signed. And it's going to make this country into a rocket ship. It's going to be really great. I think when you go over the bill, it was very easy to get him to a yes. You know, we went over that bill, and point after point, biggest tax cut in history, great for security, great on the southern border, immigration is covered. We covered just about everything. Again, it's the biggest bill ever signed of its kind.
Mr. President, some House Republicans that were concerned about the bill said that they had conversations where you made What promises did you make? Did you tell Representative Ploy that he could have some action on gun rights? What sort of deal did you make with those?
Well, I talked to a lot of different Republicans in doing it, and we had a good time in being there. I did not have much of a problem with any of them. As you know, we had 2 negative votes, but we had whatever it was, the final vote.
To get them to agree to yes?
Yeah, I think a few of them I did, but I think they would have gone yes anyway.
What were those deals?
No deals, no deals. What I did is we talked about how good the bill is. I mean, that's a deal, I guess, when you think about it. But obviously convinced them, but it was not hard. This is a great bill. This is going to be a great bill for the country.
What if 2 no's to vote no for this beautiful bill? Do you want to primary him too?
Well, I was disappointed that he did that. There were 2 of them that voted no, so I was disappointed that he voted no. We had a call. It was a pretty long call. We talked about a lot of things, including Iran. And we also talked about, as you know, the war with Ukraine. And I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy.
Progress with him on a deal with Ukraine? Do you feel like you made any progress with him?
No, I didn't make any progress with him today at all. I think we're going to get great growth. I think we'll have growth at record numbers. This is going to be something that's amazing, and everybody was watching it all over the world. And I want to congratulate the Speaker and Tom Emmer and Steve Scalise and everybody else. I mean, they worked so hard, so hard. This has really been going on for over a year, if you think about it. I think, to be exact, about 14 months. And this was the culmination, and I guess it ended a lot earlier. A lot of people thought it would end up the following afternoon. Well, it ended up late in the evening, but they were great. They were great. And by the way, on the Senate side, I thought Senator Thune did a fantastic job.
What do you think of power you have within your party compared to your first term that you were able to get this one?
I think I have more power now. I do. You know, I could say, oh, gee, I don't know. I think I probably do because we've had a great record of success. You know, my first term was very, very successful. We had the greatest economy in the history of our country. I think we're going to blow it away this term. But, you know, we've proven certain things, and yeah, I think probably it's got more gravitas, more power. Yeah. So we have a couple of other deals, but my inclination is to send a letter out and saying what tariff they're going to be paying. It's just much easier. We have, far more than 170 countries. And how many deals can you make? And you can make good deals, but they're very much more complicated. I'd rather, and I've been like this from the beginning, I'd rather send out a letter saying this is what you're going to pay to do business in the United States. And I think it'll be well received. I think it's just so many countries. And, then they go specific. Let's do this, let's do that, beef, ethanol. And I'd rather just do a simple deal where you can maintain it and control it. You're going to pay a 20% or a 25 or a 30% tariff. And we're going to be sending some letters out starting probably tomorrow, maybe 10 a day, to various countries saying what they're going to pay to do business with the U.S. I think that D.C. has to become a very safe place, and we're not going to let anything bad happen to D.C. That's our beautiful D.C., and we're not going to let anything bad, and we'll have something to say about it next week.
Why did you pause weapons in Ukraine?
What?
Why did you pause weapons?
We haven't. We're giving weapons, but we've given so many weapons. But we are giving weapons, and we're working with them and trying to help them. But we haven't. Biden emptied out our whole country giving them weapons, and we have to make sure that we have enough for ourselves. Who are you with? Oh, no wonder. Go ahead. Well, I think it's going to be really a message of proudness. You're going to be proud of your country. because our country is doing fantastically well. The economy is great. You saw the stock market today. We're setting records, and in every aspect of our country, we're doing well, despite the fact that we inherited millions of people that shouldn't have been here. And I think we have crime stats that are coming out that are showing the lowest numbers we've had in many years. And that also despite the fact that a lot of people are here that shouldn't have been let into our country. So they're going to be very proud tomorrow. So we're signing at about 5 o'clock. And at about 5 o'clock, we're going to have B-2s and F-22s and F-35s flying right over the White House. And the Speaker and I and John Thune, we're all there together with most Republican senators and congressmen and women. And it's going to be a great day. So we'll be signing with those beautiful planes flying right over our heads. All right?
What are your expectations for the next round of talks with Steve Waycroft and his Iranian counterparts?
Well, we're going to see. Steve is a great guy. He's a great negotiator. Iran does want to speak, and I think they'd like to speak to me. And it's time that they do. We're not looking to hurt them. We're looking to let them be a country again. They got beat up, and, you know, they were both exhausted, frankly. But Iran really got beat up, and I think they want to meet. I mean, I know they want to meet, and if it's necessary, I'll do it. But Steve is involved and very much involved, and he's done a fantastic job. All right, one more.
President, on Gaza, do you still want the U.S. to take over Gaza as a part of a peace?
I want the people of Gaza to be safe, more importantly.
So that could
I want to see safety for the people of Gaza. They've gone through hell. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, that's the latest and live from Maryland. That's Donald Trump, the US president, who's spoken about a range of issues. Success on the big, beautiful bill. No success on Ukraine following his call with Vladimir Putin overnight. Also, the fact that he's going to be sending out letters, upwards of 10 a day, over the next few days, to all of those countries who are doing business with the United States that would involve and include Australia. I guess Anthony Albanese can expect a letter in the coming days about where we're going to land on tariffs.